We are truly honoured to be joined today by the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, His Beatitude Cardinal Pierbattista Pizzaballa. The area that you serve includes, of course, Israel and Palestine, Cyprus and Jordan, what we sometimes just simply say is the Holy Land. And we can't talk about the Holy Land at the moment without talking about the terrible dark night of these recent months. One of the comments that you made recently I thought was very interesting. You said it's objectively intolerable. It's an interesting phrase, objectively. It's a shame that we have to almost say that you almost have to argue about suffering.
I mean, the facts are very clear what is going on. First of all, I have to say that what happened 7 October is also objectively intolerable, but also what is going on in Gaza. I mean, more than 80% of the houses have been destroyed, about almost 40,000 or more, approximately 40,000 people killed. It's not the first time we have a war, but we never saw people starving as we are seeing. The proportion, of the violence we are assisting is something that goes beyond any understanding.
Recently, I was reading about one of your visits to Gaza, and you spoke about the condition, saying it was hard to recognize the landscape was changed and the people, you could see evidence of their malnourishment. Maybe talk about that, just being on the ground. What was your impression?
So I saw the pictures before entering, of course, but when you enter inside, the impression is totally different because, as you said, the landscape totally different. There are no roads. You have to go through the mountains of garbage or rubble, I don't know, so in English. And you see the population living in these ruins, and something that, especially the children, along very strong impact on you. There is nothing working, no electricity, no water, no sewage, no communication, and so you live in very poor conditions and so on. And also our Christian community, they are living in the church compounds, Orthodox and Catholic, without nothing. I mean, they lost everything, and they live in the classrooms of the school. And they cook once or twice per week, and this should be sufficient for all the week. Since months, people don't eat vegetables and fruits, so you have a very evident lack of vitamins. You see also the face. The situation is very difficult to have medicines for chronic disease. If you have diabetes, we have a disease of normal conditions, and the lack of hygiene also very heavy consequences on the especially the fragile population, the children and the elderly, and there is no way to support, to help them. All north of Gaza, in the Gaza city, there are about 600,000 people, no hospitals, nothing.
It's unbelievable. We hear of the Holy Family Parish in Gaza, and that they're doing what they can and they're sheltering all faith, but they haven't been immune. Churches haven't been immune to the destruction. Maybe tell us a little bit about the parish.
Before the war, we had little more than 1,000 Christians, Catholic and Orthodox, mostly Orthodox, but we are all living together. Now remain 621 exactly Christians. Some of them, as you said, have been killed in the bombs at the beginning of the war, I think in October. Others died killed in December by some snipers. Others died because lack of medical assistance, and others managed when it was possible, now it's not more possible, was possible to emigrate. They got a visa, foreign visa, so they could leave this terrible situation. They are all living there now in the church compounds, as I said, in very poor conditions. So the classrooms became the place where the families live, just blankets separating families. They cook once or maximum twice per week, and this should be sufficient for all. And of course, there is no gas. So, but there is a lot of wood, because all these houses destroyed, there is a lot of furniture that can provide woods. It's not simple, and also to provide food for them. Still, we have sisters there, Mother Teresa sisters, are providing assistance to about 60 children, disabled children, very seriously disabled. Part of their house has been also hit by the tanks. Now some of them are living in the church. Some of these children are in the church. Part of the church has been used as shelter for these children. We'll try to do what is possible to help and support them.
If we turn to, in some ways, the remedy, and I know it's something that you said recently, that it's hard to even think of the peace plan. Let's have a ceasefire to begin with. So that's one part of it. But a lovely phrase you used recently, that hope is the daughter of faith. Where do you get your hope? Hope is the daughter of faith, but where are we with hope at the moment?
Don't confuse hope with optimism. I'm not very optimistic about the future, but hope is a way of being in life, where you keep the faith as a daughter of faith. Faith, if you have faith, strong faith in God, or faith in something else, if you are not a believer, this gives you also the instrument to live the present situation in a different way, with purpose. And for us, I'm man of church, but also try to be a believer. And the faith in God is also give us the strength to do all what is possible to change something in the life. We cannot change the macro political level and so on, but at least in our communities, in our relations, the people we meet, to have a different attitude where you keep consider other human beings, not to dehumanize the other, which is very important in the language and the attitude and the relations and so on, and try to do something to change. First of all, and the aim is not to get a result, but to give expression to a desire which is inside us.
What would your message be for maybe people here in Ireland, in the Irish Church, watching in?
Well, first of all, to pray for us is very important. To talk, to organize meetings and prayer meetings, but also conferences, whatever, about their situation, where we can inform people about what is going on in a balanced way as much as possible. Truth is very important to say, seeing their truth, but also without becoming part of confrontation. We have always to be a constructive presence, and to show as much as you can empathy. You cannot change the situation, but you can say a word of empathy and closeness to all of us.
Cardinal, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.